All right, so we are gathered here today to honor two former students of South Middle School, two former Dragons. They sat in these seats much like you, okay? And as you probably have noticed, we have many special guests in the audience today, okay, with us, and they are going to speak to you as well, okay, about these two dedicated young men who made the ultimate sacrifice. Okay, so we hope that you enjoy and be good listeners. And with no further ado, Mr. Stapleton, can you please come up?
Thank you, Ms. Thomas. We couldn't have this assembly without Ms. Thomas, to be quite honest, so let's give her a hand, please. A couple of years ago, myself, along with a couple other people, decided to try to help out our school. And one particular person has been of such a great help that I wanted to make sure we understood and we introduced her today. If Ms. Gomez is here, could you please come in, Ms. Gomez? Don't be bashful. There she is. So Ms. Gomez and I made this journey starting a couple years ago to try to help out the city, etc. And along the way, one of the things we discovered was that we had two great heroes in the South who passed away because of 9/11. So I decided, along with Ms. Gomez, if we could invite people down here so we could learn about Anthony Palermo Jr., the captain, and Corporal Donald Fisher. If we could learn about these two, and we could do some writing about them tomorrow and discuss that 9/11, which was the worst day of my life, and probably every adult's life, might have more local significance. We might understand that some of us sitting in this audience may someday be called upon to do what Mr. Palermo and Mr. Fisher did, which is the ultimate sacrifice. We often hear Ms. Thomas say, once a dragon, always a dragon. And for these two young men, they don't get a chance to be here in this audience. But what they did for us is they protected us. For 23 years, since 9/11 occurred, we have been safe as a nation. It is people like Anthony Palermo Jr. and Donald Fisher who made that happen. So with that said, we're going to enjoy some brief speeches from some of the local political leaders. And I just said to Mayor Sullivan, I don't think we've ever had an occasion in my 39 years in teaching that we've had the mayor, the state senator, the state representative, city council, a school committee, and the superintendent all in the same spot. So we're going to introduce first our new superintendent, Dr. Tahiliani.
Good morning, South Middle School. Welcome back to school, 8th graders. It's so great to be here today. As Mr. Stapleton said, I'm Dr. Tahiliani, your interim superintendent of schools, and I'm so honored to be here today with all of you, but also honored to be here to commemorate these amazing soldiers and what they did for us. You know, it is really incredible that South has put in so much time in order to really honor all of the South Middle School Dragons that have come out of this school and that have accomplished amazing things, and that you have this incredible Hall of Fame, and that you really think about your South Dragon alumni, because they are all incredible people and they have contributed so much to our society and to keeping us safe. And I know that there are heroes amongst all of you, and I look forward to getting to know you and to being able to spend more occasions like this with you. But I just want to thank you so much, Mr. Stapleton, Ms. Gomez, Ms. Thomas, for putting this together, for making sure that we are remembering, because it is so important for us to remember the people who have made it possible for us to be here today. So thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. Happy to see you guys. Miss you. Love you guys. I'm just going to introduce Senator Michael Brady's here.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez, and thank you to Mr. Stapleton and all the faculty at South Middle School. I'm honored to be here. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I graduated in 1980 from Brockton High. So that's why I have a few gray hairs. But I am honored to honor Captain Palermo Jr. and Corporal Fisher from the United States Army. They gave their lives for our country, and we must never forget not only September 11th, but also December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day, because our veterans fight every day and protect our freedom so we can assemble in an assembly like today. And we have our freedoms, and we got to remember that. And us as a state delegation have passed many pieces of legislation, the Valor Act, the Welcome Home Bill, and recently the Heroes Act, which Representative Jerry Cassidy was the chairman of the Veterans Committee. I serve on the Veterans Committee, and I know Representative Mendez and Representative Michelle Dubois all work together to pass legislation to increase benefits for veterans and to protect the veterans, because they serve our country and protect us every day so we can assemble. And we're very fortunate living in the United States of America where we have a free democracy. But nothing is totally free, and we must remember that we got to work hard to honor our veterans. And it's tough that they gave our lives, and I give my heart out to their family, because when somebody gives their life, it affects the whole family and the whole community, like the city of Brockton. So I'm just honored to be here. I'm grateful to be here to our students. By the way, I want to tell you, students, I'm very proud of you in Brockton. Unfortunately, sometimes we hear the negativity in Brockton, but you make us so proud to be your representatives at the State House. We work very diligently to get more Chapter 70 money and more funding for Brockton, etc., and we can never do enough. But all the good students that represent us in the city of Brockton, we are very honored and proud to be our legislators in the State House. And any help we can be, we work for you. You're our constituents, so anything, anytime you need anything, please don't hesitate to contact us. And God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Senator Brady. First of all, let's show Senator Brady. How many of you, raise your hand, if you're a good student? Who are the good students out there? That's right. That's right. Everyone here. We're dragons. We're the special breed. We're the special breed. We're the ones in the city who we know everyone wants to be a dragon, and we're the lucky ones. We're the chosen ones. So thank you. Our next person we're going to have setting up here will be our state representative, Rita Mendez. So Rita, if you come forward.
Good morning, everybody. This is such a beautiful celebration, celebrating our heroes. And for each and every one of you sitting here today, just know this is your family. We're here to back you up, and we're here to cheer you on. So anything that you decide to go on and do in your life, just know that you have the superintendent, you got the mayor, you got your elected officials, the people here to really back you up. So if you need anything on your journey, always remember us. Always come back to us. Always raise your hand and tell us. We need help, we need support, because we're really here to cheer on our future heroes for this country. The sky is the limit for anything that you want to do. So as we stand here today to celebrate our heroes, that's exactly where you're sitting today. Just know your future going forward. You have amazing things going forward for you. So just remember that, and just know we're here to support and to cheer you on. So congratulations, and thank you. Thank you, Mr. State, for everything you do for the kids. Thank you.
Thank you, Rita. Just as a quick aside, I learned a lot about Mr. Palermo over the last couple of days. I had a chance to talk to Anthony's mom, stepdad, uncle, and I learned so much about him and son. His son is 17 years old. He never got a chance to meet his son. His son died was born a couple days after Anthony died. Anthony was a kid who sat in this classroom, this hallway, this auditorium, just like you did. Anthony wound up going to college. He did well at Brockton High. He went to college at a place called Norwich University, a military school up in Vermont, but ended up coming back to Bridgewater State. He was a senior at Bridgewater State when 9/11 happened. He wanted to drop out of college then. His parents said, no, graduate. And as soon as he graduated, he enlisted in the Army. He served second tour of duty when he was unfortunately killed. I don't know as much about Donald Fisher, but one thing about me, I'm relentless. I'm going to find out more about Mr. Fisher as the year goes on. I'll find his family and get the story. One thing I want to do right now is make sure, before I introduce the next speaker, is I want Anthony Palermo's Aunt Vivian to stand up and just applaud to the audience. His Aunt Vivian. Anthony's mom could not be here. She's in Puerto Rico, where she now lives. We'll be sending her the film soon. Our next speaker, so important, our next speaker is the mayor of the city of Brockton, Robert Sullivan.
Good morning, Dragons. I first of all want to say thank you to Mr. Stapleton and all the great teachers and staff here at South. I want to thank Dr. Tihiliani and the administration in the school district and all the elected officials that are here on the school side, the city side, and the state side. But more importantly, I want to thank you, the 8th graders here at South. When we look at Anthony and Donald and we see those pictures, those are true American heroes, right? Without the ultimate sacrifice of our brave soldiers through the generations in the history of the United States, we wouldn't be able to come together in an assembly like this. We wouldn't be able to. So when we look at Brocktonians and we think about the City of Champions, and we think about the United States of America, and we think about tomorrow, the 23rd anniversary of 9/11, we have to think about the captain and the colonel that went to this wonderful school. So when we talk about United States of America being the greatest nation in the entire world, it's because of the brave men and women that go to fight, go to battle for the right reasons, and they do not hesitate to give up their lives for the nation and for the freedom. And that's why the United States of America is indeed the best country in the world. So today, as the mayor, I come here today to say thank you, because all of you are the next generation of Americans. And all of you have many, many, many years to do great things, not just in the city, not just in the Commonwealth, but in our country and abroad. So on behalf of the city, I want to thank Anthony and Donald. I want to thank all the veterans that have served, that have died in battle, that have died during peacetime, and those that are currently serving. But I also want to thank the family members of those that allow the men and women to go to battle. And so having Mr. Palermo's aunt here today is so special. And I went over to her and I said how sorry I am for the loss, because when you lose a loved one, it never goes away. That void in your heart never goes away. But we can take solace in the fact that they died for a purpose. And so all of you today, just remember that these two fine American heroes sat in this auditorium many years ago. They were dragons, and they'll be future dragons. So today I just say thank you for the sacrifice, thank you for South Middle School, and thank you all. Let's continue to work together, one Brockton. God bless you all.
All right, our next speaker is City Councilor Phil Griffin. If you can come right up here.
Good morning, Dragons. How's everybody today? Good. You're a good-looking group. I want to thank Mrs. Robinson for hosting this event today. I also want to give a special thanks to Ms. Gomez and Mr. Stapleton. They do an awful lot for this school and you children in particular. And this is one of the events that you brought me on, and I'm very honored to do it. I don't think we ever do enough for our veterans. And your nephew made the ultimate sacrifice. He put his life on the line for the country, and that can never be forgotten. And the thing for you young people to take away here today is, remember, freedom is not free. We've had freedom fights since the Revolution. We had in every world war, every conflict we've been in. And when you see a veteran, always honor them. That is something to be very important that you do. And again, I just want to thank you all for coming here today. You've been very attentive so far. And we have a nice ceremony coming up. Just want to thank you all again. And Mrs. Stapleton, Ms. Gomez, I want to compliment you again for the fine work you've done for this school, and many other things you've done for this school also. Thank you very much. I'm going to say one more thing. When Mr. Stapleton contacted me about the need for a sign, because it was an original sign outside, it was made of wood, and it seemed better days, quite frankly. It was weathered and broken. I made one call, So my friend Pat Hill, who's the Commissioner of DPW, is a little bit shy. Stand up. All it took was one call to Commissioner Hill. He said, I'll get it done for you, and he did. That's the type of person he is. He cares about veterans, he cares about the city. I want to thank you again, Pat.
Okay. One quick question. How many of you have an uncle, an aunt, a parent, a brother or sister, a relative who has served in the United States military? Look at that. Look at that. You know, it's always Brockton that's called upon to keep this country safe, to keep this country moving forward, to do so many great things. And if you get a chance, thank your relative. Thank your relative who served. I think we're going to have the dynamic duo in this case. Are you going to come up also? Want to bring the two? We have two representatives of the school committee. Tony Rodriguez in Ward 4 and Anna Oliver. Someone's hiding in the audience right now. I don't know where she is, but someone's hiding in the audience. Probably.
Good morning. It's a great honor to be here today, especially for this event. I am truly honored for your nephew's sacrifice to this country. I know that freedom is definitely not free. There's a lot of work that we continue to do. We have tons of military family members serving across the world, the country. Definitely plan on doing something, volunteering, helping a veteran that is within Brockton. There is so much needs of, we have so many homeless veterans that we have to also protect while they come home. There's a lot of mental issues that we also have to work with and help them. I am proud to be a Dragon mom and also a rep for Ward 3. But I want to thank everybody for being here, and it's an honor to be here this morning.
Good morning, Dragons. Good morning. Good morning, Dragons. Good morning. I guess that's why I went to West. Listen, I had to throw that in. But listen, first off, I just want to thank Mr. Stapleton, Mrs. Gomez. They do a lot of work here for South Middle. We got a wonderful hallway there with our Hall of Famers. But today is a special moment in recognizing two individuals that attended South Middle School, and on top of that, city residents, resident of the city of Brockton. And these two individuals are true heroes, sacrificing their lives for you guys to have this moment to sit in this school and get the proper education. Make sure you read up on it. I know Mr. Stapleton, Mrs. Gomez is going to be working with you and making sure you get the history of these two wonderful individuals. And I'm honored to be as a guest. Thank you, Mr. Hill, for getting this plaque made out and honoring these two individuals on the day before 9/11. I know a lot of you don't recall that, but that's a moment that I will never forget where I was. A lot of us, they're a little bit older, cannot forget that moment. Just to see that happen on our soil, which we're not used to. It happens overseas, but just remember, like Mr. Stapleton said, you have relatives and brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents, your neighbors that serve in the military. Make sure when you see them, just thank them for their service, because they do put their life on the line for us to have this freedom to congregate here today and in the future. Thank you.
We'll be wrapping up in a couple minutes. I just want to say something quick, then I'm going to turn it to Ms. Gomez, and then I'll finish with a big announcement. I hope it's a big announcement, or some of you will enjoy. I'm so thankful for Ms. Thomas. Mr. Lynch and Mr. Garsha helped set this up earlier. Give them a hand, please. Okay. Everything in life is a team effort. Whether you're in the military, playing football, or coming to school to learn as a student, you have a classroom, you have classmates, you have teammates, everything's a team effort. So for us to be able to bring everyone together today from the city, the higher ups, is so important. And what this does for me, I lost a dear friend on 9/11. One of my college teammates died that day in the World Trade Center. And for me, just a personal thing, to be able to now change that memory after 23 years, now I know that 9/11 is going to mean something different. It's going to mean something that will be not so painful. Okay, having these memories here today and what we're going to announce in a minute, but quickly, it's Ms. Gomez.
Hi everybody, I just want to say thank you for coming today, and thank you to our team here at South that supports us and allows us to come in and do events like this that are so important to our community. But I also just wanted to give a shout out to you guys, the South Dragons. You guys are now 8th graders, so you're the leaders of the school. We call today Heroes Day, and I just want you guys to call upon yourselves as your own hero. You guys are inspiring other students in the school to be leaders and give back to your community. And whether you decide to go into the military or not, everyone is proud of how far you've already come. And I'm very happy to see you guys all here today, looking great, excited for school. And this is your year, okay? So it is what you make it. So if you want to have fun, make it fun. If you want to learn, which you all want to learn since you're here today, you know, pick up that pencil and take notes. Say thank you to your fellow veterans, say thank you to your relatives, and say thank you to not only yourself, look in the mirror, be confident, say thank you to yourself for pushing yourself, but look beside you, look at your friends, and push them too, so we can all succeed. And remember, I was a dragon, and you guys will always be a dragon.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez. I just want to say 3 things and we're going to finish. The first thing is, again, I saw last year, Ms. Gomez saw last year, we saw a plaque that was falling apart. And I can't thank Pat Hill enough in the DPW. It was done so quickly. I've had this plaque with me at home for the last 4 months, guarding it, making sure that we had it ready to go up. And that plaque will be up by the end of next week, maybe. It'll be up on that basketball court fence, and we'll be able to honor. So every time you walk out to play basketball or to do something in phys ed or whatever, remember, you now know these 2 young men. Anthony Palermo, captain of the United States Army, and Donald Fisher, the corporal, the United States Army, and the sacrifice they made for you. Second thing I want to announce is that starting this year, in June, that we here at South, because we do have a group of people, teachers, principals, vice principals, who help us raise money for many causes. Starting this year in June, we are going to have the Anthony Palermo Donald Fisher Scholarship given to a graduating Brockton High or Southeastern senior who is a member of the ROTC. That scholarship will mean that Anthony and Donald will never be forgotten. Never be forgotten. They will receive that scholarship every year. Someone will receive a scholarship every single year. So maybe that'll be you. Maybe that'll be you. And the other final thing, thank you. And the other final thing I want to tell you is starting tomorrow, we're going to do a writing contest. I've already spoken to my person who makes the plaques for the Hall of Fame. We're going to have a plaque on display in the school. This year, we're going to have 3 winners. Mr. Arsenal and I will discuss tomorrow what the criteria is for the contest. If you win, your name goes on that plaque as the first winner of the Palermo Fisher Writing Contest. In addition, I will take, and I do this because I care, I will honor the 3 winners that are selected with $100 gift cards to Amazon. So when you write tomorrow, you're writing for Fisher and Palermo, but you're also writing for a prize and writing for a way to be memorialized on that plaque that'll be in this hallway forever. So start to think tonight as we get ready for 9/11. Start to think about how you can honor Anthony and Donald and how you can make yourself be the ultimate winner that you can be at this age. And that's what today's all about. Thinking of our heroes. Ms. Gomez called it Heroes Day, and that's what it is. It was Heroes Day. Thank you so much for your efforts. Thank you for your attention. And remember, think tonight, think of 9/11, think of Fisher, think of Palermo. Thank the people who came out today. Thank your teachers. Thank everyone you can, and be the special person that you are. You're dragons, but more importantly, you're champions. And thank you so much for today.
Thank you all to all of our guests today, everybody who spoke, and thank you so much to our wonderful audience members. You guys exceeded my expectations, so thank you so much for that. We can probably go outside for lunch today, so that's a good thing. Thank you. Okay, please stay seated until your period 2 teacher asks you to stand up so we can get out of here in an orderly fashion. Okay, thank you all so much. Thank you everybody for coming today. One last round of applause for everybody, please.